Let's get more reaction now. We can get Labour reaction actually and go to speak to the Labour MP Geraint Davies, who joins us from Westminster. Thank you for being with us. Do you want an election on December the 12th?
No. We've got a situation where Boris Johnson's trying to ram through his reckless Brexit deal, which will cut people's pay, harm their environment and their workers' rights, and undermine our future trade, and then just get that done and have an immediate election out of the smoke of that and try to storm in. I mean, what we need is a situation where the people are given the opportunity to consider this reckless deal and wonder what's best for their family. And someone on £15,000, for instance, in Wales, would probably lose £1,000 a year on this. They don't want to lose their workers' rights, their future opportunities. They should be allowed to have their say and a vote on this single issue. And then once we've cleared that out of the way, because we all want to get Brexit over, let's have a general election timetabled in for early next year.
So when your leader, Mr Corbyn, said not that long ago about an election, bring it on, what did he mean?
He meant let's get no deal off the table, and this reckless deal basically means that in a year's time we'll fall off a cliff edge with a no deal, because that'll be the end of the transition period and we won't have secured a trade deal in that time. They normally take about 5 years. So really just for him to say, oh, let's get it done, and put a ridiculous deal that he won't put to the people and then a sudden election would be grossly irresponsible.
But if you're confident of winning an election, which I know your party say you are, then surely you could get enough MPs, you could get any kind of Brexit that you want through.
An election won't sort out Brexit, it'll just delay and dither it more. He's got a deal, let's put it to the people, get it over with, and we'll have a general election. That's it. I mean, if we have a general election, that Brexit will remain on the back burner. We'd have to go back to it again. We don't want to see that. People want to get Brexit over. They don't want to get Brexit done, any old Brexit, any reckless Brexit.
But you could have a Labour Brexit. You could have exactly your vision of Brexit if you had an election and won that election and had a decent majority.
Well, a great deal of us don't want Brexit at all, because obviously Brexit will make us a weaker, poorer, more divided and isolated. I will be campaigning for Remain, and I think we can incidentally win this vote in Parliament. Your last speaker was ambiguous on this. I think the DUP are going to come over because they realise there's 4 things they want, which is Brexit, peace, prosperity and the United Kingdom, but they know Boris Johnson Brexit will stop them getting the other 3. That'll smash the peace, have a divided kingdom and stop prosperity. And they are looking now towards supporting, in my view, a people's vote. I think we will ultimately have a people's vote. That's what we need. Get it off the table, get over with Brexit and get on with a general election.
Well, you know what lots of people, of course, will say is that Labour's scared of an election. You're miles behind in the opinion polls. Jeremy Corbyn is certainly miles behind Boris Johnson in terms of national popularity or unpopularity, so that's why you don't want an election in December.
I think the important thing is to do what's right for the country, which is to get Brexit over, then have a general election. In terms of the likelihood of winning and losing, it is the case that Boris Johnson thinks with this sort of dashing forward he can unite the Brexit vote, and the Remain vote will split between the Liberal Democrats and Labour, and he'll win on a minority of the votes with a majority of the seats. Well, that would be a tragedy for democracy itself, and also a travesty for the economy, which would be broken by Brexit. We need to sort this Brexit problem out by putting his reckless deal to the people, so it's got votes right across the country, not broken up and divided by constituencies with various splits between different groups. Get that sorted and have a general election on all the other issues we want to get on with. We can only get on with those issues if we get over Brexit, and in my view the best way to get over Brexit is to stop it.
Well, Mr Johnson, in his letter to Jeremy Corbyn, your leader, said, and this is something I'm sure quite a lot of people watching this might agree with, it is our duty to end this nightmare and provide the country with a solution as soon as we reasonably can.
And that's exactly right. And that solution would be to get the deal done on the table in front of the British people, let them decide in or out, and then we'll have a general election. That's the clearest and cleanest way of doing it. If we do have a Brexit, incidentally, it will be endless years and years of negotiation from a position of weakness, where we'll be arguing with countries who previously negotiated with a big EU against us standing alone, getting worse and worse deals, getting poorer and poorer. That's not what people want. They don't want to rush ahead into poverty. They want to have the final say, and we should give it to them.
Right, Davis, thank you very much for being with us. Thanks for your time this evening.